everyone, hey and welcome back to yet another episode of Battle Rap Resume. We haven't done one of these for a while. This is a fan cast. This is taking someone who is a famous, infamous, perhaps fan of battle rap, someone, i.e. someone known in kind of forum, Twitter culture, whatever. But you know, we've had a man like me. We've had a bevy of stars in that regard. But today, you know, we're going back for more. But I must say that today's quote-unquote fan is, you know, someone that I've done multiple podcasts. He's been on this show twice. We did 10,000 Hours and Lazy EP. Shout out both of those guys. Incredible releases.
I was talking about that episode earlier to someone, by the way.
Those episodes were so good, man. Like, I'm so happy we did those. And, you know, I think they just deserve it. They deserve the attention because they're
really
so good.
They really do, man. Kruger's EP is still fire.
Come on. 10,000 Hours is still ridiculous. It's still...
Yeah, that's still good, and I still listen to that. But Kruger's EP has been out for so long, and it's so
fresh.
Niche in itself.
Yeah, sounds incredible.
Fucking great.
Sounds incredible. But, Dave, roundabout way of saying, good to have you on the show, man.
All right, man. It's good to be here.
No, it's honestly really good to have you. As I said, we've done, you know, music reviews. You've been on my Metallica podcast that I know Battle Rap Resume fans don't care about, but it exists, so if you want to check it out, it's
they fucking should, because it's really good.
Well, if, you know, if the words James Hetfield mean more to you than, I don't know, Marcus Freckleton, then, you know, you can sort of decide there. Getting into it, man, battle rap as a whole, where did it begin? I have interest, I don't actually know.
I don't know. Like, asking me, like, where battle rap began, I couldn't tell you. But there's always been little audio clips. There's always been things, like, we used to download from sites. There's always been something. That might not be a dedicated YouTube page back in the day, you know? But there'd always be something you could find, whether it was someone versus someone, or fucking MC Dickhead versus his little friend or whatever.
Sure.
There was always something. It's always been there, you know?
Yeah, it has. I think it's called flighting or something, some sort of ancient form of
like the actual, like, origins. You want me going to that whole Scottish thing? That's pish. That's fucking preposterous garbage.
What happened?
No, don't give me that. It's like, oh, in 1602, like, no, it's not. They didn't recite Gaelic poems to try and one-up each other to get their whole fuck off.
Sure.
Leave folk alone. Like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Are you trying to tell me William Wallace had bars?
No, but I mean...
He had a 12-foot sword, fam. That's what he had.
Look, like, honestly, if you put some of Shakespeare's disses into some bars... quote unquote, I think they'd work. I think
was a fuckboy though.
You're not a Shakespeare fan.
Real talk, he was a fuckboy. Like, man like Will was a waste man.
Not enough Shakespeare schemes in battle rap. There needs to be a Shakespeare battle. There's been a fucking Breaking Bad battle. Why can't we get Christopher Marlowe versus Shakespeare? You know?
Why don't we just fuck each other on stage too, Tom? A Shakespeare theme battle.
Rumours of me being soft are still unproven.
After getting bodied by one of the legitimate fucking seven dwarfs, you come on here talking about Shakespeare.
You didn't. You were very kind about the
Sleepy and Dopey on the line. They're coming for you. They're sending for you. They're coming.
What did you?
A dwarf with a scroll.
Yeah. Yeah. Props. Yeah. What did you think of that battle, man? Be honest with me. What did you think of Soliloquy versus Briggsy?
I enjoyed it for what it was. We all knew it was going to be advanced. It was going to be what it was. I think you did you. You got you out. I think Briggsy did Briggsy. What was he supposed to do in that situation? But, you know, he took a different way of showing. Like, when Battler's like, yeah, I didn't do this, I don't care. He took a different route.
Yeah.
And I thought he played it off well, but he had a scroll, and you didn't.
Yeah.
He should have ended his life. He pulled out a scroll that he stained with teabag, and he said at one point, which I thought was very endearing, I bound the end with cigs. I wanted to give him a little hug. I was like, oh, he's crafty.
We've all been there.
You're watching Art Attack.
Look, everyone knows the battle's going to haunt me to my grave.
It shouldn't haunt you to your grave. It's fun. It's fucking great. It was what we needed at such a horrible time. And everyone's moaning. And everyone's like, nah, accountability. You said, no, it's a big lad and a little lad. One of them's going, look, you're gay. And the other one's going, I've burnt this to show how gay you are. That's what it is. It's what we need.
Yeah.
It's what we need. It should be main channel.
Yeah.
Pinned.
Yeah. I fear it's going to be top of, like, cringe. Like, it's going to be top of some subreddit in some distant corner. You know, it wasn't Shakespeare, but...
You should release it as a one-off VHS.
Okay.
With official Code Red stickers on it.
I like that. I like that.
Like, as a preemptive warning, like, this could happen to you.
You just reminded me of some ridiculous childhood memory that I'm just going to share for no reason. I remember as a kid seeing an advert, I must have been quite young, for the VHS of Jurassic Park: The Lost World. The sequel was coming out, so this must have been like 98 or something, and it had like the list of what it was, like in bullet points, you know, that were no doubt raptor claws. It was like, you know, widescreen, panoramic sound, and then it said deleted scenes. And I'd never seen that term before in my life. I didn't know what it meant.
Mind blowing, isn't it?
I thought you could control the VHS somehow to delete scenes you didn't want to see and watch your own movie.
Bro, when I was 5, I remember seeing a Street Fighter advert on TV. I think I've told you this story.
Right.
And Dalsim hit a guy with a fireball, and I wasn't paying attention, so I was like, did that elephant just set that man on fire? Because there's an elephant in the background. And for years, I was like, how can I get an elephant to set the guy on fire?
Right.
Like, I used to fiddle around with the buttons. Couldn't do it.
It's so weird, isn't it? It's like, you know, everyone has their own sort of childhood TV memories, whatever they are. But I just remember as a kid it having this magnetic pull, like, you know, like nothing else. You really needed to see what was there.
Deleted scenes is such a weird phrase for a VHS as well.
Yes, so I guess they were at the
How
end.
do you know yeah, but sometimes they insert them like they're the director's cut.
Sure.
But if you've only ever seen the director's cut, how do you know?
I mean, out of your interest, any director's cuts you value over the normal film?
Jackie Brown. In a heart. Didn't even think about that.
I don't think I've seen.
Honestly,
I don't think I've seen the director's cut of that.
20,000 illegitimate children on my bedsheet. Jackie Brown as a teenager.
Right.
I'm grew as a force of nature. That's terrible, fam. Honestly.
Yeah. It's
I've never seen Jackie Brown.
No, I've seen it. I haven't seen the director's cut. I remember.
It's not much different. It's on the 2-disc DVD special. There's not much different, but there's just little audio cues that are different. It's just, I can't explain it. It's really nerdy if I get into it, and really wanky.
I think Tarantino's latest movie was just announced, wasn't it? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I think it's called, and it's got Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio, and Brad Pitt plays his like bumbling stunt double, and it's set in like the dying days of old Hollywood. It's just like a press release. I just wanted to share that with the folk. Let's talk about battle rap. How did you know? So you're listening to these clips. I understand what you're saying. It's kind of like, you know, it's all on the wire to a certain extent. You don't really, you know what battle rap is as a concept, be it fighting or otherwise. But you know, there's not an ordinance. There's not a league. Like, when do you start YouTube watching?
YouTube watching was quite later on. Like, I just stopped kind of paying attention to it for a while, I'll be honest. It wasn't number one on the itinerary back in the day. But then maybe, I'd say about maybe 6-7 years ago, I clocked something on YouTube, and it was like, so-and-so. I'm trying to think who it was. I'm sure it was Ilmac and someone. And I remember seeing one of the idea battles and something else. I was like, what the fuck is this? So I'm watching it, and I'm enjoying it. And then again, I just died off again. And I came back then around Thesaurus versus Pat again, and then drifted out. And just, like, I'd watch on and off, but from Thesaurus Pat, I'd say I consistently paid attention. Like, maybe once a week I'd check something, you know?
Who were some of the early guys that you really enjoyed?
Obviously Thesaurus, like guys like that. I've always liked Marv 1. I think Marv 1's been a consistent favourite for me, like, as long as I can remember. He does what he does, and he does it better than anyone else could, even if they wanted to. Like, because you couldn't do Marv style. I couldn't do Marv style.
Marv would body me. If you've seen Soliloquy versus Briggsy,
Marv can barely do his own style himself at this point, but he's so good at it. He's just like, I don't give a fuck, this is what it is. And it's like, he's just so, the way Soul is now, the way like guys look at Soul now, like, how does he do it? It's effortless, you know?
Yeah.
And then he was that back then, and then guys, of course, Bender and you know, there's like loads, man.
And you mentioned Bender. Obviously, we have to mention Bender. Tragic.
Yeah.
What's happened? Sadly passed away.
Can I say something really quick? Yeah?
Please.
There's a celebration of Bender, I think, happening on the 31st of March, noon till 5:15. Where's it again? Fiddler's Elbow?
Fiddler's Elbow, organised by Danny and Bamalam, I think. Incredible.
There's a whole wash of shit going on right now. Ignore it, yeah? Just go down and have fun. See everyone involved if you can. Enjoy it for what it was. No shite, no meh. Don't just go in and celebrate it, yeah? Give everyone their time and do that. Because there's no point in all this shit that's going on at the minute with blame this and just, you know what I mean? Just go and go for the event itself because it's worth it.
And there's a
I'm going to try and...
Yeah, it'd be good to see. Be good to see you.
To go to that one. I think and it'd be a good event just for everyone to be there and be like, all right, just like see what's what and sort of regroup after that garbage.
Yeah, definitely. There is a GoFundMe, I should say, as well, which I've just popped in the live chat, and I'll pop in the description. Memorial funds for Bender's family. Lots of people have donated already, so if you want to show your support that way, that would be greatly appreciated. If you can't make it down to the night, that is, again, March 31st. This is an event page. I'll pop it down there below, but just all in all, such a tragic shame.
Brutal, man.
Yeah. Me and Nathan actually, I met him next in line to briefly do the interview with Frankie, and spoke to him briefly, and just such a warm guy, and to see all this outpouring online is so sad, really, to see how many lives he touched and how wonderful of a person he was.
He's one of those guys too that, no disrespect to anyone that's lost anyone that passed, but he's one of the few guys that when someone says he was the best, they're saying it because he was the best. He did this, and that was it. Like, there was no shy, just he did that, and he was fucking good at it.
It's unbelievable, absolutely,
brutal.
Yeah, it's really, really painful. And I know a lot of people are grieving, and it's just incredibly sad. And as we say, there is the event going down March 31st, and I think we should remember the incredible Bender battles and the incredible moments, and just who he was all in all as a person. I must confess, really, I'm slightly ignorant on his music, but I'm definitely going to check that out. That's being celebrated. Have you listened to much, Dave?
Yeah, I posted a couple of tracks earlier, Flight Distance, or, they're on and off the playlist for years again. And just recently when he battled Frankie, like, they got a reboot on the playlist, and it was like, oh shit, remember this? And now it's, it seems really just, I don't know.
It's hard, really, to say.
But yeah, you definitely should check out his music. He did terrific paintings as well. Really good artwork.
Yeah.
I've seen some floating around Twitter that were fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I think it was Micaiah posted a portrait he did as a PH.
Yes, I see. I think he did a Thierry Henry one as well that I've seen that's really interesting. And I think Caustic tweeted he needs to get all his Bender paintings back from his ex-girlfriend. So, all in all, rest in peace, Bender. Incredible talent, wonderful man. And, it is a great shame. Dave, talking about battles now in general, to you, what are the ones that need to go down? What are the ones that you just think, there's this endless web, isn't there? This endless DNA strand of battles. Everyone could battle everyone. I wonder what it's going to be like. What are the anomalies that you're pointing out?
I like weird battles. I thought Tony D. Jims, that was a battle that I really wanted to happen as well. Because it's just so, Jims hasn't been about for long, Not that I know of. And then when he battled Tony, I was like, that could go well, or that could go however. So that was on that list, and it happened. And I was like, ooh. I still, there's weird ones. I'd really like to see Shuffle T versus Calcium Kid.
Right.
I always wanted to see that. I always wanted to see that. Because I think Shuffle's unbeatable. Right?
Yeah.
And I don't think you can embarrass the Calcium Kid. I don't think you can really degrade him in any way, shape, or form. What are you going to say to him? But I got an Xbox recently, and if I leave it on, it takes up 99.9% of the entire internet. I don't know why.
Right.
It's just a vacuum for fucking bandwidth.
Not a Sony guy.
I have got a PS4, but look, Gran Turismo came out, right? And I like my racing simulators. I'm not paying 500 quid for a fucking wheel. They can suck it to the hinge end, Tom. So I have a PC wheel for a fucking racing wheel. Right. It's ridiculous. So I have one for the PC that works on the Xbox. So I just got an Xbox and smashed out Project Cars and stuff, I like racing simulator games a lot. It's weird.
What are the top genres for you gaming wise?
Horror, racing, anything where I can beat my friends up mercilessly.
Resident Evil 4?
Resident Evil 4, probably the greatest game of all time. If it wasn't
really
screaming, Leon!
Right.
For the entirety of the last half. I let her die on purpose, 10 times.
One of the most satisfying run and gun upgrade systems in the sort of Resident Evil shell. I'm not a huge gamer myself, but that is one of the games that I'm just I think I have 4 or 5 copies of it for some reason over the years on different platforms.
I was just about to say, Resident Evil 4 and 5, I have multiples of. Gold edition, normal edition,
Wow.
normal edition in a small case. What's the fucking need, Dave?
Yeah, it's like, I have the
I
PS2.
can point out something really bad, though.
Yeah, okay.
For the entirety, and I'm not just saying this, of Resident Evil 5, you don't shoot a white assailant or anything until the end of the game. You spend the whole game just blasting non-white people.
Yeah.
And you genuinely start to feel horrified by like the 5th hour because the game starts pointing it out to you. And you're like, why am I doing this? Why am I continuing this? Then you get to Wesker and you're like, oh, right, that's why. But yeah, just terrific games.
Yeah. Shout out Wesker, man. That immortal bastard.
Albert Wesker.
Yeah. Going deep on the Resident Evil chat. But,
it was a big one, though.
Okay. I need to confess something online, I guess to a certain extent, and to you. A story that has haunted me is to do with Resident Evil from my childhood.
Oh, right, okay.
It's not what you think. Wesker.
Can you show us on the whole, Tom?
Wesker's hands were firmly on his holster, but I think I went into a glitch into the Matrix with Resident Evil. Which again, I'm being truthful. I know it sounds like the babblings of a madman, but hear me out.
With this, because this game goes deep for me too.
Yeah. It's actually not really about the game, even though I do like the game itself. So basically, I got the game. I was probably like 8 or 9 years old or something like that. Love the game, huge Resident Evil fan, and I think I was like a stupid kid, and like the controller wrapped around my leg, the lead, and I pulled it, and the PS1 like flipped and it scratched the disc, and it was inusable basically. I couldn't, it was out of action, and I was like a little kid, so I didn't want to tell my parents because I'll get in trouble or whatever. So I just sort of thought they'll never know. Put it in the cupboard. But it couldn't be played, I should say. It was like, it's beyond recognition.
That's the digital age version of coming on the page of your porn mag. You're like, that's unusable, I got to put it in the cupboard now.
But, so I went to the cupboard, like, sort of 3-6 months later or something like that. And I was like, I want to play this game. I haven't played this game in ages. Got it out, put it into the console, and it played perfectly. And then I went to the cupboard confused because I realised about an hour in, hang on, no, this was broke, wasn't it? The broke one was in there. I didn't tell anyone. I had 2 discs.
What?
I don't know how that happened. Maybe I misremembered it, but I can remember it vividly.
Are you sure your parents got really confused on what the tooth fairy's supposed to do?
Why wouldn't they tell me?
Yeah, because maybe they didn't want to make you a little sad Tom face sad. little 17-foot tall 8-year-old Tom. Fucking 8'50" Tom in his dungarees, like my disc scratched.
Playing Resident Evil, like playing this horrifically violent, got my RPG. But yeah, I mean, a weird detour that's got nothing to do with battle rap. But yeah. I saw.
It also has everything to do with it when you think about it.
Right.
Because what is the point of battle rap?
For me with battle rap,
superior intellect and knowledge displayed and applied as violence is what it is. I'm the fucking shit and you're not, and I'm going to tell you why I'm the shit. This is what the smell in the room is. It's fucking me. That's what battle rap is. You just command it. Doesn't matter who you are, whether you're Mac Sherry, whether you're Tox, heaven forbid, whether you're Phrase, whether you're anyone. You're there for that. You're there so everyone knows that there is shit in the room and it stinks, and it's because it's you. So it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's video games, whether it's fucking TV shows, whether it's Netflix, whether it's whatever. You're just finding a way to spin it on someone, So it's all relevant.
And for me, like, it's kind of a different relationship I have with battling because I do the show. So, I'm watching a lot of battles that I necessarily wouldn't watch. It's just for the show. Even though they're great battles, it's just stuff that I might, I'm working at the moment with...
you do a good job, though.
No, I appreciate that, man. Like,
Because you get people to watch battles that they wouldn't normally watch.
Yeah. People ask to come on and watch certain battles, so...
You should have it.
That's it's always the best thing when someone's like, oh, can we do a top 10 about this? It's like, well, you're clearly quite passionate about it, so yeah, let's do this episode. And
it's gotta be a nice feeling.
Yeah, they always come out right. But with battling, then I guess from a taste point of view, it's kind of like me listening to music. It's like I don't necessarily binge that much music. I just sort of get into albums slowly and sort of expand the taste that way. And that's what I'm looking for with battling. Really, battles or lines or moments like say like Topper versus Saurus, for example, which sort of spun me around. Really, I'd seen so many battles, but this to me, even still now, is just so fantastic.
Topper versus Saurus was wonderful. It's like when you spill oil in water and suddenly you're like, there's a fucking rainbow there.
Yeah.
That's what it. But Megadeth versus Topper was the icing on top of that with a big cherry for me. Because everyone was like, Topper's the shit. And then reluctantly, a couple months later, I was like, I guess Mega's the shit. And I'm like, fucking right he is, bro. Told you.
I haven't seen...
That's why you shouldn't gas someone. That's a prime example of why you shouldn't gas someone. Topper had that great battle and he gassed them and they gassed them. And, great, it's been hiding. If you're a graffiti crew, you know him. Wank. And then Mega just fucking mashed him into the ground. He pounded him out like ground beef. And everyone was like, oh, guess Topper wasn't on it then. No, Topper was on it. Megadeth's a fucking force, and he's terrific. Yeah. Sorry, little rant there.
No.
Mega fanboy.
No, to Megadeth, someone you rank highly.
I fucking really appreciate his level of aggression. I think it's who is it he's battling? It was one of the bunker battles. But the guys, it's one of the guys from... Yeah, Incredible's still doing his intro, and he just barks his fucking opening bar over top from him. He's just like, shut up, have this. And I love it, man.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Mega versus Shocks. I'd fucking watch that. I'd be the front shoveling popcorn, honestly. That'd be terrific.
Yeah, it's that would be, come on, like, unchalked out.
Mega versus Shocks, I'd watch that. There's so many aggressive guys in the UK as well. I tell you who'd go really good against Mega as well, because a different kind of aggression. Tally. I'd very much enjoy that.
Right. Tally's dope, man. Watching the Gemini battle, the Arc battle's fantastic.
There's just so many, and as you see Gemini there, the battle him and Dialect had, the comic-y one.
Oh, yeah. Marvel DC.
That was pretty good. I'm big into comics, but not big. Like, I've got some, I've read some. Some of the references were over my head, but it was very enjoyable. They very much seemed on it, and they both seemed to enjoy their own material very much.
I always love, I like comics quite a bit, actually, and I always love when people do schemes in battles. They'll do Marvel, they'll do DC, and often they'll do Image. If they know a little bit more, if it's like they're willing to,
Where's the Dark Horse bars?
Yeah, the Dark
It's the old school. Come on.
Where's the 2000 AD homies? Like,
Yeah. Where's the originals? Give us some hardback in there.
Where's the war journals of like the 40s in there? And you don't see any of those references. But
what's the reference you ever spotted in a battle that you genuinely thought?
That's a good. That's
the only one that got that.
Yeah. Maybe you were, but I think the most niche, and I told this story on the podcast before, when I was at Code Red, after I got bodied by Briggsy,
as you do.
I think it was Frankie versus Dialect was getting ready, and I went over to Carbon, and we had a quick chat. And shout out to Carbon, man. Very cool dude. Love speaking to that guy. Very knowledgeable about battling. And we're talking about him going to Battle Terminal, which I think is still going down. And I said to him pretty much straight away, I said, Terminal had probably the most obscure reference I've ever heard. And he turned to me and went, Georgia O'Keeffe. And I went, yes, Georgia O'Keeffe. Without a moment's pause. And I was just like, we were probably the only people. I think he said, like, put pussies on canvas or something like that.
Jesus.
Shout out Terminal, man. Come on.
How many battles do you reckon you've watched at this point? I know that's supposed to be me talking about what I know about battling, but I'm flipping it.
Yeah. So. Okay, let's do the math quickly. I guess I've done about 110-ish episodes of battlerapresume. Probably watch
You've watched maybe 10 per episode?
Yeah, probably around that, yeah. So yeah, over the 1,000 mark probably, but definitely at least average of 5 battles an episode. Sometimes I won't do a battle like with Verse Tracker or something, but when you get emotional with people in your life, do you just start spitting multis by accident? Do you just bar out on your message? I can't bar out. You've seen the evidence of that.
No, you can't. You just look, mate. Everybody wants to run before they can walk. It's natural. Being a battle fan's even twice as difficult because you watch so many shit and you're choking. You're like, I could wipe the fucking floor with this, but you couldn't. Yeah. I know I couldn't. I know I'd choke. I'd probably piss my fucking jeans. But that's life, You got up and you went for it. A lot of men don't, so big up you.
Yeah, man, and we had to have an ending to it.
Scroll, though.
Scroll, yeah.
A scroll, Tom.
Like a year 8 history project scroll as well, It
was fantastic. I love the fact he had the battlerapresume music though in the t-shirt.
Yeah. That was huge. And
can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
When he said, I've got one of Tom's poems, and you looked over at the scroll, were you checking to make sure you didn't have one of your actual poems?
Yeah. That would have been interesting for him to quote directly from that. That would have been quite a niche.
Was that genuinely a thought though? Because you looked concerned a bit.
Yeah, not.
What's
I
he
just
got on that?
yeah, to a certain extent. I think it clicked quite early that this was his kind of mechanic for the second round, where he didn't really have to remember anything. He could just read it out verbatim. But I did consider maybe he'd have one of my early spoken word poems or something like that. Like, I remember once on, I think it was Viewpoint or something, there was some discussion about me or some episode or something, and one guy out of nowhere said, and his spoken word shit as well. And I was like, no one asked you, bro. Like, you just sort of came out. I was like, you've done some research on me, you just attacked me with it.
It made me laugh like an old lady, fam.
That made me laugh, man.
I tell you what I popped for big time was after he's finished with the scroll, he was like, who wants this? And Raptor taking it like I'm having that. It's special.
There's a Battle Rap Hall of Fame out there somewhere, and
We got Raptor with his Battle Rap memorabilia collection.
Yeah, he loves it, man. He loves it.
Got one of Heretics Dreadlocks in a bag. He's got that scroll.
Yeah,
he's got other stuff in a bag.
Fantastic. He's probably got as well. What else would Raptor have in his place? Comment below. Let us know.
What he would have is a poster of him pointing at Talage going, it's a dinosaur.
yeah. He's taken place in a few as well.
Like, dinosaur, bro.
Soul's American Eagle hoodie against Raptor as well was pretty iconic when Soul's in that hoodie mode. I mean, let's talk about Soul briefly.
Talk about the fact that he's a bad man. He's a bad motherfucker. I don't mean he's a bad man, like he lurks around school.
He's a lovely man.
He's a lovely man, but he's a bad man.
Yeah, I see.
Like, I can't explain that any better than I did.
You saw him versus Real Deal?
I did.
I mean...
And it was... Yeah, like, in the room, it was ferocious.
Yeah.
I tell you something him and Respect BA have got, that would be interesting with them clashing. Seeing them in the same room on the same night, Respect BA has a very deep, booming delivery. Yeah, it's very, like, he projects. The back of the room could hear him like he was standing next to you. But you can hear Soul all over the room as well. But for, like, a different reason. I can't pinpoint the sound. It's not as deep. But, it resonates through the room just as powerfully. So I'd really like to see them at some point, That
has to happen.
It's madness. I don't know. Although we're talking about Soul, and we'll get back to it, because I need to talk about him and Tony. I seen on Twitter this week, just having a wee gander. I seen Respect BA and Gemini having a little jab back and forward.
Yep.
Oh, that could be interesting, that.
Jesus, man. I mean, Gemini again is just...
Fucking anyone.
Gem is like the best, man. I think Gemini as a battler, I can't get enough. I watch some of his like best of repeats on his Thomas Jefferson punch against Yunnan. It's one of the greatest examples of battling for me. It's just one of those lines that I can't get enough of. The way he delivers it. Manic.
What do you think the best outcome, like, for a big battle, UK-wise, for Gemini is?
What are you saying, best outcome, like, as in him winning, or?
No, for you, like, if you were him, what would the best outcome be? Like, what would you go for?
Yeah, I think if he's getting to that point now where he's just battled so many people and he's really, climbing up the ranks, and certain people are off limits for whatever reason, that it's became, inevitable that he would battle someone like Soul, someone like Respect BA. But yeah, I'd like to see him just go for it. I think, Soul Tony.
Take a run at it?
Yeah. I think Soul Tony, it didn't quite live up to it, of course, because it was a bit one-sided. So if we got something that was just 3 straight rounds, that was like a real, pound-for-pound UK classic,
Here's the thing, though, with that, and it sucks to say it, but it was always going to be one side. But it was what side? Because for years, like, it's been like, what if Tony and Soul battle? And it's like, well, it's going to go one way or the other. So it was clearly expected that it would be like a hammering. I don't think anybody genuinely thought it would have been close when you look at the styles. Yeah, they're two of the best to ever do it, but they're two of the best to ever do it for different reasons. You wouldn't race a Jeep against a Lamborghini just because one can go over bumps and one can't, type of shit. There's too many variables involved. So it was always going to be one side just smashing it. But fuck me, was that... Like, watching that was mad,
Yeah.
So barked. I'd have flinched. Honestly, I would have flinched.
Yeah. It's just, it's the perfect pairing, really. The intelligence with the just, emphatic
No
aggression.
disrespect to Tone either. He was him and he did what he did. He did his thing, you know?
Yeah. He's
Mad,
out of this world. He really lucky to exist in the age of him. And so many other battlers as well. But yes, Soul is just hopefully going to get him back on the show soon to go through all the battles. And I think him and Bloodstroke coming on for a Mastermind. So
nice, that'd be really good.
Yeah. So I haven't really asked him yet, but I know Bloodstroke's down to do it. So hopefully it will go down. I can sort of ambush in on him. But shout out to everyone that's been on Mastermind. Obviously, Jem, as we said before, was on with Kruger, which is a really fun episode. Yeah, it's got like 2,500 views so far, which is pretty cool actually. So obviously the names are a big attraction, but it was closer than I thought actually. It was 9-8, I think, Kruger.
Is Kruger not just like one of the coolest motherfuckers ever to exist, though?
Yeah. Yeah, he is. Yeah. He's got it. He's kind of got it all, really. Like I think Heretic said, like he's like an actual example of a creative genius, and he's right. Like he's such an original iconoclast and such a cool guy.
He's just a dude. That's the best part.
Yeah.
He is just a dude.
Yeah. Hopefully we're going to see more music from him soon. I know he did like a Donkey Kong thing that we mentioned in Mastermind. And obviously Lazy EP, go check out me and Dave. This has been a really fun sort of rambling conversation, but if you want to hear us getting our research note game on, go back to that and go back to 10,000 hours as well. Hopefully we're going to see more music from C. But going forward for you, Dave, like the landscape of battle rap is so crazy right now. It's so volatile. It's fulminating. Like, in terms of Premier Battles, in terms of Code Red chalked out. Like, it's interesting to see it move in this direction in 2018.
Honest to God, how much work of Premier Battles put in with their network thing and that is so good. The stuff they're doing is fucking good. At first, I'll be honest, I was like, football themed battle. Like, I don't know how they're gonna doing really well, really entertaining, really well put across. They're developing like the site and all the there's little cards for each battler that tells you their favorite battle and where they battled the most and shit. It's really actually interesting. Like it's actually statistics based now. It's good. It's cool.
Yeah. And I think a lot of them are asked their age, and a lot of them give it. Some like Tony T won't reveal it. I remember on the bio card, and they're awesome.
Picture of a stone tablet for Tone in it.
A Rosetta Tone, if you will. Yeah.
A microphone etched in some pyramid somewhere.
Apparently he's retired, but apparently Arsenal retired and now he's back versus Hollow. So who knows?
I think Tone's had one of the greatest careers ever you could hope for in it. Yeah, everyone's like, whatever. He's some of the illest lines, some of the sickest shit. And when Pat said he looked like a chihuahua, I popped for days, and I popped the other day rewatching it because he kind of does, but he's the man. He's always going to be the man.
Oh my god!
There's Tony D.
It's Tony D. Yeah, it's time. He's incredible. Like he's had some unbelievable battles. His third round against Shot is one of the greatest rounds ever spat in Don't Flop, I think. He's just he's remarkable. I think I always think of the line that he said against Templar Surfer Kid, which is a great battle in the first.
That's a really good battle.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm the goat on the wall, like the Alpine Ibex or some shit like unbelievable. I remember saying that to him on the show. I was like, that bar blows my mind. He was like, I wrote it when I was on a holiday or something. Tone writes the night before, but to me, I think he watched the TV on it.
My pencil and it rolled across the paper and wrote it. I didn't even like it, brother.
I mean, Tony D, we could go through every single battler and praise them. There are so many great battlers out there, and it's been wonderful, man, catching up with you, having a chat. Are there any battles you recommend?
Oh,
maybe obscure ones.
I don't know about obscure. Probably what. If we're talking obscure, I don't know, because I don't really watch obscure stuff unless you're talking like dub scandal battles, because I've only seen a couple of them, so they're obscure to me.
Yeah.
You man are killing it. I just haven't watched a lot of them because I'm a fucking waste man.
But I mean, like your favourite battles then?
I'll tell you what I've been banging lately. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of O'Shea battles because someone retweeted his verse against my verse.
Oh man!
Right, the one about women not taking a punch, and I fucking fell down like I'd been shot in my hall when it came up on my phone. So I've been watching old O'Shea rounds, and his battle against Madness dropped, and I seen some of that, and I seen Frankie Dialect. That was fucking bananas. There's been some really good battles come out lately, you know.
Yeah.
And Heretic had a fucking banging EP come out. The people just let slide. They should be banging harder because it's really good.
Yeah. Shout out that release.
And Siegfried and Roy is hard as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so much good stuff going on for people to be as negative, you know. Just focus on something positive at the minute, Tom.
Yeah.
Don't be a fucking tosser.
I completely agree. Yeah, it's a shame what's happened in the scene to a certain extent, but it seems to be recovering, and it's just, yeah, it's odd times.
I said someone the other day on Twitter, it's not like it's not the end of the road. They've just trod on some gum. A couple of steps, you'll get it off, and you'll be back running, man.
God damn, profound. I like that.
As always, isn't it?
I like that, man. You know, and again, if you're interested in just hearing me and Dave talk, and you want it to be about Metallica, there happens to be a podcast that I do out there called Alpha Metallica. We've done loads of stuff. We've covered, what have we done? We've got Bad Seed.
But you should check out the All Within My Hands episode.
All Within My Hands? Oh, yeah, the 4th episode.
And the Moscow, the concert review. Yes. One of the biggest concerts in history, by the way.
Yeah. That was an awesome chat, actually. Monsters of Rock show, sort of the newly liberated Soviet Union. Crazy. Oh, I think a lot of people have seen that crowd in meme form. I think it was used, when Trump's crowd was depleted. I think they used sort of, 2018 Metallica, whatever. I don't know what they went for. But yeah, go back and watch his episodes. We did the Icon episode, Metallica Icon episode.
Oh yeah, that was really fun.
That was a really good one as well. A nice time capsule hop back. It's funny actually because Metal Up Your Podcast, which is kind of like our rival, our Sarcasm City, if you will. They're out there and
the foreskin of battle rap. That's what I mean. Battle rap was in a state of rubbing with his pants on. We weren't even wet fucking yet. We're just dry fucking, yeah. New leaves popping everywhere. And then there's that barnacle. Boom.
Right.
End of. No shagging. None now. You know what I mean? Leave it. Let people go.
Yeah. And Metal Up Your Podcast, they did an Icon episode recently. And quite a lot of emails came in the next week saying, oh yeah, interesting to compare it to Tom and Dave sort of thing. And it was interesting to see an American slant rather than a Scot and a Brit tackling it. So if I rambled enough convincingly about this... I'm
sorry, but did you just separate my nationality from yours? I sense a small decree of war, you cunt. Is that what's going down?
I was purely building a story, man. I see us as one. Are you trying to
work this into a shoot, Tom? Is that what's happening?
But check it out if you want to see, sets of friends. Sets of friends, I should say, that aren't tethered by any border.
Sweet like a girl, fam.
Discussing Metallica's...
you fancy me, you do.
The introduction of Rob Trujillo.
I fucking knew it. I swear down, I knew it. I said to Frankie, he fancies me, he does. I knew it.
Shad cider sometimes, man.
Yeah.
When's that coming back?
I don't know. We got to get our act together. But when we do get our act together, you're all fucking on notice. You stay out of my fucking way. Honestly. Except you, Tom. You're cool.
Well, we'll get you guys on the show. I think we said we were going to do something before. Wasn't it meant to be with Mickey Fax?
Yeah, I asked Mickey Fax if he'd be on the... And he was like, yeah. And he was down for it. And we set it up. And then the podcast kind of dissolved because of life. And I was just like, rah. But whatever. Mm-hmm. What are you going to do? That's life, innit? Yeah. I just realised that I can't control my volume or pitch or pace because I'm still drinking beer and I shouldn't be.
That's so good. So good, man. This has been a real fun Fancast. I think normally Fancasts are quite, we go through how you got into battle, blah, blah, blah. But I think we've gone on a few different conversations here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it.
So much now. There's no formalities, Tom.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a geezer. You're a good cunt. You take all off your stride. Yeah, and I think that's everyone appreciates you as much as you appreciate battles.
Yeah.
Not that I'm speaking for battles because I'm just some waste man that watches them too.
No, I mean, you're on here for a reason. You have some sort of fan acclaim, whatever that means. But more importantly,
that's fucking bogging pattern, mate.
It's always great, to have you on the show, and everyone appreciates you. So, I guess finally, is there anything people should follow? Anything they should find you on, or?
Not really bothered. You should follow Code Red and Chopped Out. You should follow Battle Rap Resume. You should follow King of the Dot. You should check out Soul. He's Scottish. He's the best to ever fucking spit his shit. Doesn't matter if it's boots, trainers, hoodie, hat. The best. Yeah. Also, check out everything related to Battle Rap.
Premier Battles and,
Big up Premier Battles. Big up Briggsy. Big up Shotty. Big up Raptor. Big up Shocks. Big up Ambi. Big up fucking everyone involved. Frankie, Danny, you name it.
Everyone. Ben, Ewan,
Yeah,
Natural, everyone involved in this fucking thing.
if
I
you've ever
appreciate it.
set up a clash or you've ever helped someone get to one, you've ever gave someone a lift, whatever, big up you.
Everyone, everyone in this incredible scene.
Big up Mickey, big up Hulk, everyone, man. Honestly, honest to God.
Big up GEE for no real reason. Big up that guy.
My name's Double L Blood comes to mind just
Double
because
L, big up Double L, man. Jesus,
yeah, just
legend,
always
legend.
everyone.
Yeah. Shout out Battlerepresume 70 odd with Double L. Can't really remember which one it was. Good episode. Great to have Double L on. But yeah, big up everyone in this scene. I totally agree with what you're saying, man. It's like a big shout out.
I was coming on to hijack this and talk about drag queens, and I forgot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Bastard.
Well, we can cover that in a future episode with Cider sometimes or something like that. Thank you everyone for listening to this Fancast. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you want to help support the show, patreon.com/battlerapresume. Donate to us there, get access to content like this weeks before it comes out. Leave us a review on iTunes as well if you enjoyed the show. Please get in touch with me, battlerapresume@gmail.com. Do not watch Breezy vs. Soliloquy. It does not exist. You're imagining it. It was a dream. Do not search it out. Do not find it. Me and Def may have done a discussion on it, but it doesn't really exist, so check that out on the channel as well. Dave, always a pleasure, bro. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Tom. It's been a pleasure, and thanks to anyone that listened. Get a life next time, though. You wasted an hour.